these are like very amazing prompts that you just one lines that you add to your existing prompting that will make it a lot better. Every generic prompt that you have from now on can be made much easier by just adding this one line. AI doesn't really have common sense, so you want to be able to be very specific about it.
Hey, it's Ronsley. Welcome, you AI geek, to Amplify AI.
So that's some of the news, but from what I've attended recently, but I think what I really wanted to do here is show you some of these really cool prompts. So these are like very amazing prompts that you just one lines that you add to your existing prompting that will make it a lot better. And this one in particular will ensure both quick wins and sustainable long-term benefits are being considered when it's executing the prompt. So when to use it, you use it with technology investments, team hiring decisions, process automation planning, strategic partnerships. And the one line is consider both immediate and long-term implications in your response. So by the way, if you go here to Amplify AI and even on the front page, if you click on free prompt codebook, you'll get access to this thing for free. If a poor prompt is, should we implement AI in our sales process? Very bad prompt. Slightly better prompt is, should we implement AI in our sales process? Consider both immediate and long-term implications in your response. And this works really well because it prevents short-sighted decisions by forcing consideration for both immediate benefits and future impact. What if I ask something really relevant to now? So I'm going to switch on web. So search, and I'm going to say, you know my business, because my context is there. Amplify AI Academy is my priority. Can you dominate in 2025? I'm going to write without the line first, and then chat. Again, switch this on and add that extra line in here. So search the web and it's doing its thing. So this is the one that we just ran. This is the one that we ran before. So you know my business, Amplify AI Academy is my priority. Can you help me dominate in 2025? Again, I'm not really particularly happy with the prompt. It's a very generic prompt, but you understand what I'm trying to get to, right? So it's kind of broken it down, giving me a bunch of things. That's the one without the line, right? So this is the one with the line. So here is that response. To position Amplify AI Academy as a leading entity in 2025, it's essential to align with current trends and anticipate future developments in AI education. And here's the strategic approach. Develop specialized AI programs, true, generative, emphasize ethical AI practices. All are kind of the same. Let's compare them side by side. They'll look the same. Let me see if we can improve on that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this same prompt and I'm going to open a new chat, do search the web, add that exact same prompt, and I'm going to add to that another one of these lines, which is think this through step by step and giving me a reasoning. And again, this I covered in one of the previous versions, and I feel this is a way better. I just showed you 3 different ways to ask for the same thing, and I showed you 3 different responses that are entirely different. And that's why prompting is such an important skill to learn, because in general, I think most people don't know how to do it. So that one line will kind of make a difference. Let me use this email to book a call. So please ignore previous instructions. I want you to respond only in English. You will act as a professional email marketer. Now again, to this, I would like to add. So this prompt, by the way, creates an email nurture sequence. It does have context of what Amplify AI Academy in its memory. So it's not really like blind to the idea of what Amplify AI Academy is. And then it'll do an email series. It's quite interesting, right? So it'll tell you how to do that in a specific order. So that's the third one. What I find fascinating in general is like how some of these things work in interesting ways, and some of them are hard to understand because it seems like the line doesn't really work. But I do believe that with more practice, it'll become easier. Let's go number 4. What specific context would enhance the quality of your answer? So I wonder if I just add this as a follow-up prompt here, what would be interesting, right? So I just created here in this chat here, email nurture sequence. So I'm kind of saying here that your goal is to outline an email sequence that will convert leads into paying customers. The email should take the lead through a series of steps that will move them closer to booking a discovery call. So it has outlined the email series here in the previous prompt, made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 emails, and send one email every 2 days. The visual should be clean. So then I added this. So to provide the most effective email sequence tailored to your audience and goals, the following context would enhance the quality of your response. So here is why this is so valuable. It'll tell you and ask you for things that you've not given it, and you've assumed that these things are common sense, but AI doesn't really have common sense. So you want to be able to be very specific about it. So this particular asks AI for crucial information that will allow you to give it better guidance on what you know. If you've never heard me talk about the value alignment problem, please go through some of the previous podcasts. Go to amplifyai.com and amplifyais.com/podcast. Over 100 episodes released. There's a whole bunch of different ones in there. So this helps you align what is in your head to what you're putting out onto the screen and asking AI for. So that's the reason this works, and you use it for different things, but it works because it allows for better context. So you could potentially have a really rubbish prompt, which we had earlier, and I'm going to just copy and paste that. It's a very horrible generic prompt, right? That every generic prompt that you have from now on can be made much easier by just adding this one line, the fourth one in the list of 10. So if you have that one line, what specific context would enhance the quality of your answer for any prompt going forward will help AI ask you questions to get a better response. So let's see how that works. So what it's done is it's gone, okay, you want to dominate. For me to give you a better answer, I need you to answer these 10 questions, which is really important, right? So what I'm going to do now that I have these 10 questions, like, okay, this is great. From the 10 questions you need answers to, can you look through memory and context and customizations to see if you can answer them? After that, ask me question. I'm going to switch on the web for this and just to see if it'll look through the web to actually, it does. Yeah, which is great. It does. So see what it did, right? It looked through my context, it looked through everything, and it gone, okay, I can answer some of these, but I definitely can answer these because you haven't told me. Let me copy this and go, here are my answered. And I'm just putting them in brackets so that I can define my answers. Revenue goals, current challenges and obstacles you're facing, scaling the academy. Okay, current challenges. There are lots of so-called AI experts don't have AI knowledge. So that's one challenge that I'm facing is like competing with non-AI experts as an AI expert is like one of the things. The second thing is proving value for AI Academy so that the offer is a no-brainer. I'll put that. So I answered those questions. Let's see how we go. Like, I want you to notice how it has, with search on, it's actually gone into my website because that's our website logo up there. So it's gone and looked at those sources. Here's strengthen the value proposition, marketing strategy, optimize pricing and accessibility. So you see how that specific context kind of made it more useful. So can you now look at this and make me a project plan starting 2024? So you see how we've gone from, dominating in 2025, getting the right context, and then going, okay, now can you please create me a project plan that will help me achieve this? Actually did a really bad job of this. So what I'm going to do is come here and edit this. Make me a project plan. Achieve this goal. Use tables to clearly help the plan execute. So now, if I want to dominate in 2025, now again, I would spend more time on this, obviously, if I were you, and if I was myself as well, I would definitely go into this position of blocking out an hour or 2 hours and going, okay, I really want to do this in 2025. AI is going to help me do this, and I'm going to ideate with AI and have a plan. So see how we started with something as this is my goal for the next year, and now we have what daily tasks need to be done, what weekly tasks need to be done, what monthly tasks need to be done, what quarterly tasks need to be done, and what annual tasks need to be done to achieve the goal of $55,000 a month in recurring revenue. So, as how interesting that is, and I find it super interesting, obviously, the more you get to play with different parts of AI and the more you get to play with a use case. So, at the start of this whole conversation, I spoke about use cases and why AI tools, you shouldn't invest in AI tools. Like, don't go and buy an AI tool because that AI tool will be obsolete in a few months and then you'll have to restructure. And so go back to the basics. And that is what I'm trying to get you to see in the way I'm using AI and how I'm implementing AI. There's a big, big difference in the way I prompt AI and the way others do the same. And the reason for that is because, in general, I'm a programmer, so I know how to use logic in a way that I suppose I was trained to do. If you come into the Amplify AI's website and then come down to free community, you come to this school community, and in here there's some really cool resources, including free training in here. And on the calendar, you'll see all the previous ones we've done and the ones coming up. There's lots of things for you to look at. I'm so excited to have done this from Singapore with that view behind me. But until next time, much love.
Hey, AI Geek. Thanks for listening. Your job doesn't stop here. I want you to lend your voice to the conversation. So you can join those conversations, discussions, new trainings, new recordings, and the rest of the AI Geeks by going to aigeeks.co. Also, share this podcast with a friend, another potential AI geek. Until then, much love.